This is The Outer Worlds. We're on Xbox Series X. The game is now optimized, quote unquote. That means we're getting an optimization without being fully optimized. So we still have the retained Xbox One X enhancement that is a dynamic 4K resolution. And now we have the benefit of 60 FPS. That's right, the 60 FPS update is here. And it's ready to go, which is quite exciting because I've been waiting for this boost for quite a while. It just kind of randomly, secretly dropped today, and now we're good to go. I can't remember if these guys were all friendly here, or what are we supposed to do exactly. I just like to show that I have an end save, and then I'll be jumping to the beginning of the game in order to welcome aboard. I got an achievement for that too. What? I've never used that before. I'll use skills 30 times. Thank you. Anyways, like I was saying, 60 FPS now, dynamic 4K, and also I believe it's auto HDR is enabled. So we've got HDR support, but I don't know if it's like a native HDR. It says it's auto HDR, so I assume it is auto HDR supported as opposed to being natively implemented, just in case you were wondering. But it looks really good, you know. Anyways, this game's great. I really, really love The Outer Worlds. It's a fantastic experience, and now we are going to load into another save because I don't want to spoil anything for people. So we're gonna go and do that save and then jump over there, and we'll also show off the loading here because people like to see loading for, you know, I guess whatever reason, next gen. But yeah, this is a really great game. I call this Fallout in space. I really did enjoy this title. Now keep in mind, it's probably not as expansive as what you may be used to in these type of RPG games. But the time you get out of it is really in how you do your choices. And you can replay this game multiple times to kind of change what your choices are, because that's going to alter the situation that you're dealing with in regards to, you know, what happens, where you go, what you do in the game. It's honestly quite fascinating. And I really did enjoy the choices, the weird places. It's got like a really silly, insanely messed up sort of story to it. And Parvati is a great companion. There's some really cool companions in this one. But yeah, it's very humorous. It's very dark. It's kind of a little over the top. It's just absolutely insane. I quite enjoy what they did with this one in terms of, you know, the gameplay mechanics, what you do in it, the choice setups, the dynamics at play, the different worlds you get to explore. And then they've had some cool DLC come out. The next DLC is coming out too, so this is kind of like just ahead of that DLC. And I gotta say, it's just kind of crazy to have like this increased level of fluidity. I was not expecting it, that's for sure. Let's see, we got character development. Can we actually, oh, we have points available. I don't know if I really want to use the points, but yeah, you just kind of explore the series of weird, messed up alien worlds where they've, you know, kind of created these corporations that are running them, and the corporations themselves are, you know, super twisted, and they do just terrible things, and you're kind of trying to help, you know, I guess your fellow settlers, as to say. And I think that really is quite delightful. And it does actually load faster once you're in the game, which is nice. I think that makes a big deal for kind of doing stuff in this one, because you are, you know, it's like an RPG experience. But you got to think of like Fallout 3, Fallout New Vegas, Fallout 4, and it feels like that, but in space. And this is, you know, a property that's going to expand under the Xbox brand, because it's now owned by Xbox. And I think that's really exciting to see, because Tossball series, it's just really, really good. I really liked what this one did. I thought they did a wonderful job with it. I thought they did some unique things with the style and the ideas here. It really is quite interesting what they were able to, you know, kind of achieve with this. And I think it looks really good visually. Like, I really like the aesthetic of it. I like how you interact with the characters, the places you can go. It's really, really cool, and I think with some more full resources behind its follow-up, they are going to create such an incredible series that so many people are going to enjoy. And if you haven't jumped into this one yet, you are really missing out, because it's so messed up, like the corporation style, what you do, the choices
Guess you
you
mostly
make, the
drunk at half
things
the
that you
price,
interact with in
Spacer's
the
choice.
world. It's really quite interesting.
Go
And
ahead.
then, of course, I'm just showing off like a chatting place here. I don't really want to dive into her story. You can talk to her all you want. You can't romance her though. Nothing good there. But yeah, it feels so wondrous going to these crazy places, exploring all of these different things. Setting up all of these different like storyline elements to it. It's really really quite interesting, and I love the dynamics of you basically like making certain choices, if that makes sense. Like you can build your own character however you want, and then you can also. I want to apply. Yes, that's great. But you make all these choices, and they can directly impact what's happening, and then you can use all of these skill trees that I'm showing, not here, but here, in order to improve your character in different ways. So I love to play my RPG games like this with a high level of charisma. And then you got your companion here, so you can give them stuff too, and you can have multiple companion, different characters and stuff. But I love to be able to sweet talk my way out of things because that it's just really neat. So you can use like intimidation, you can do all kinds of like different chatting angles to persuade, or like I say, sweet talk your way into not having to deal with
Hey, that's
certain characters. I love stealing
funny.
all of her stuff.
It
It's
is
so
a
funny, her reaction. She's always like, I guess if you need it in that.
If you're hungry, I could open up
Yeah,
and get you
actually, could you
something.
cook something else? She's just like a great companion character. I really did like her in this one. She's got like a neat story thing too. Is if you kind of do some side stuff, and
My dad's.
yeah,
It's an office.
just my office. Yeah, sad story and all that.
Well,
And it's just
can't find anything else
so interesting
if you need to go. I'll
what they've been able to create here. It's such a cool world. It's such a dynamic world. There's so many like silly cool things to it, and I have a lot of fun playing it. And we haven't even really dove into things, so we're gonna go and fight some people. Alright, let's go in there and let's battle. And I really like the art style in this. I know some people aren't the biggest fan of it, but I think it really looks nice and sharp and detailed here. So I've also played this on the Nintendo Switch for context, and it's definitely not quite as impressive, visually and performance-wise, which is a bit of a shame because I think on here, it really just pops and comes alive in such a beautiful way that I think really makes this game feel extra special. And it can be a real delight if you come in here and you experience it and you don't really like read up on anything and you see what your choices do and how they impact things. And like I said, this world is what you make of it, really. Do you want to go on a long quest? Do you want to do a short story? Do you want to go do side adventures? And I also love that this is a game where it's not something that is just like bloated. It's really quite to the point. You can get a good amount of time out of it if you choose, but you can also go through it fairly quickly. And then on top of that, the overall side things you can do in it don't take forever. So you could literally, kind of actually finish this game off, and it wouldn't take you forever to do so, which is kind of nice because, when we've got so many massive open world games these days, it's kind of nice to have something that's a little bit smaller, as to say. Oh, come on! I used my little puff. That's ridiculous. We'll just continue here. I don't know. I'm just kind of really loving this title. I think it's really unique. I think it's really different, and I love more people to check it out. That's the biggest thing that I'm trying to get across, is that it's got so many unique dynamics to it, so many cool places, and that's why I really wish that I had my save available, or my older saves. I just kept rewriting over things because I assumed there was going to be a new game plus. Yeah, and like I was saying, it was just a little bit like, oh no, I was like, I don't have my saves to do review stuff, and yeah, hence the secondary quick character here that I've put together. But it is sort of fun just kind of doing different challenges, finding different weapons, exploring these cool locations and seeing what they have to offer. There's so many like interesting ways and tactics that you can get things done. I really liked my intimidation. What is that? That's weird. I don't remember that being a thing, the spin wheel loading. Anyways, I just remember this one scene where it's like, okay, boys, go get him. And then it's just like, I intimidate him, and he's like, oh, no, step down, take whatever you want. It's just, it's got like a really quirky, funny sort of story to it, where, it's serious, it's dark, but it's also extremely comical in regards to what's going on. And to me, I find that quite entertaining. Like, the humor just really seems to hit the mark for me. And it's got such a creative use of environment and then setup and locations that you get to go to. I need to... Do I have any better weapons? Oh my god, perks and everything like that. I gotta save a better, higher-end character than this. It drives me crazy. I might have to do another playthrough just to... just to get some decent things going on in this one. But yeah, it's such a vibrant and cool area. And keep in mind, like, this is just one spot. Like, this is just one little planet area. There's multiple different places you can go to. There's like a dense city. There's, I think, like a mining type world. There's some cool ships. They've got some wild spaces, and you can go on these like journeys and these adventures, you know, with your AI companions. You can go on alone if you want, and it's just kind of neat as you like kind of give them different armor things, like you saw at the beginning, different abilities, and to have it all running now at 60 FPS is just, it's kind of a real treat. I think, you know, it feels a lot better to handle, and I think that's really great too, to have that option, that improvement, that extra quality to it. I don't know. I think it's just really neat.
I don't know you.
And it's about time too, because we've been waiting a while for this one. They were saying that we're supposed to be, you know, getting this update quite a while back, and then it just kind of never happened, and I was like, okay, when's this happening? And then bam, you know, in a crazy time where everything is going on and going wild.
What?
Well, of course I want to ask this guy, let me into your town.
You're better off asking after Adelaide.
Blah, 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 blah.
Much.
We got a fight going on? Nope. Okay, they're cool. And then I think we talk. I think she knows one of the guys here. I think she knows like the kid that works over there or something like that. And then we cause issues for him. You can totally just like kind of trash this place if you want, or you can do well here. You know, you do what you want, right? You make whatever weird decisions you want, and this kind of just lets you be a weirdo. You could be a hero. You could be a bad person. You can, you know, cause problems. You can run down the middle. These choices are all up to you, and you're just like stuck in the middle of this crazy world. Yes, I am.
Let's hear. You're.
Seemed like the right thing to do.
Reed's taking you for a sap. Think of.
Level up. Yeah. This is a weird spot. Should I take this? Haha. They probably don't need it, am I right? Whereas Parvati can rock this gear up. Cannot even saying her name right, I don't think. Oh, look, they got a chicken! Or is that a rooster? I might be totally off here. I think it's a rooster. Look at this crazy place. Like, isn't that just, like, amazing? So you don't see that in games that are grounded in the realms of reality. You don't get those fun, crazy backdrops that are absolutely insane. And what is that? Oh, it's the fire. Ah! You don't get those insane things in space. Is this all gonna do this? Oh, they're mines. Okay. Okay, they are mines, I think. Are we free now? There we go. But yeah, you know, in most places, most games, you don't get this, like, scope of wildlife or things going on. And it's cool to be exploring. What I hope you've really noticed is, like, a little bit of a smoother, sleeker take on the Fallout universe, but in space. And I love the corporation places, and there's this one planet that's all like orangey and stuff. I think it's my favorite. It's so weird and cool to go on. There's these like these big creature things. I got like a stuffed one from when I went to E3, and it's really cool. Oh yeah, this is the robot place. There's all these robots. You gotta sneak in there and cause problems if you want. But anyways, that's the Outer Worlds. It's smoother than it's ever been. How did they even notice I was out there? I don't want to cause problems yet, guys. Are they coming out to chase me? That one's moving extremely fast, and that's scaring me quite a bit, because... Oh, there's stuff here. Marauder thugs just kind of dead everywhere. Is that a cool new gun that I could use and take advantage of to shoot people and end lives? Oh, yeah. That's what I'm talking about. Combat drones can die. It's actually a pretty good gun here. I might save this point for the next time I have to do like some sort of video on this game or something like that, because it seems to be coming up quite often that I have to keep jumping back into this one. Not that I'm complaining though. I actually quite enjoy this and what it has to offer. And I think you will too if you go out there and you want to make choices and experience something like Fallout, but definitely a little bit different, and have a lovely time while doing so with high frame rate.